But wait a minute. I think the Israelites are going to be a little confused. They had endured centuries of military conquests. For generations, they had witnessed and endured a parade of conquering warrior kings, overrunning one nation after another. From the messages of Isaiah that we read earlier, the Israelites understood that the coming Messiah was going to be God's mighty champion, who was going to finally kick the Romans, you-know-whats. And then there was Malachi, the final prophet, who wrote, "But who can endure the day of his coming? Who can stand when he appears? For he will be like a refiner's fire or a launderer's soap." Awesome. They could hardly wait to see his grand entry into Jerusalem on his glorious white stallion. But perhaps they missed or overlooked some other parts of Isaiah's prophecy. For he also wrote, "For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there will be no end." And the real kicker sounded so bizarre that I suspect a lot of Jews thought Isaiah might be just a little... For he wrote, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and you will call him Emmanuel," which means God with us. Now, I think the people could handle all right Mary's cousin Elizabeth having a child in her own age. After all, they heard the stories of Abraham's wife, Sarah, having her first child at 90 years old. But a virgin? Even back then, people had a pretty good idea where babies come from. There's kind of a well-established rule that says, no sex, no baby. So what was going on? The people desperately wanted their long-awaited Messiah to come and dispose of the hated Romans for them. But who would send a baby?
Angels to